y'all, it's been a long day in here watching all this damn TV, and I still got more to watch. But what y'all have been waiting for? The Pose review. Listen, I got to get my mouth right, and I had to drink my little vodka, lime, and Coke. Cause y'all know when we talk about Pose. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was being lazy with this whole on the sofa shit, but I'm kind of liking it, and I could get used to it, my lazy ass. Nevertheless, let's talk about Pose from Sunday night, and that's a girl, I know I'm late. Now, all y'all was blowing my phone up talking about, oh, this episode was so good. I heard some people say this was the best episode ever. I heard other people say the episode was gonna make me cry. Okay, much like all the other episodes, this was an excellent episode, on par with all the rest, but it wasn't my favorite per se. Now, the episode started out real strong, and you can tell when you actually have somebody in the writing room writing for the character that's being played on TV. You can tell Janet Mock had something to do on a high level with this episode by the dialogue and the way Angel's correspondence with their wife was down to that restaurant. See, somebody who was non-trans would have just written a typical, wife confronting a mistress scene. A heterosexual person, even a gay man, would not have known to put in the dialogue, if you want to know who I am, what she said, if you want to see who I am, then that's the last place you should look. We wouldn't have known to do that. And that alone set the tone for this episode. This again was another one of those moments that really humanized the Angel character, and trans women as a whole. And it's a shame that the world views them as non-human, and I have to say things that say this makes them humanized, but for my own reasoning, my own logic, and from my own understanding, it creates parallels with them and people in my life that I actually can relate to. And for that, it humanizes them. And I know that sounds ignorant on the surface, but it's a good thing what I'm saying. And those that rock with me understand what I'm trying to say. Here's the gag though, and I want to talk to Real Fish about this. Whitefish was okay sitting up there talking with Angel about her husband cheating. She was fine, she was cool, but it seems like it took her anger and fury to a different level when she found out Angel was trans. And we'll unpack that in a later video, but on the surface, I just want to say, women can get over cheating or infidelity when it's another woman, but then when their husband cheats with a man or a trans woman, then it's just a whole nother level of fury. And the sad part about it is it has absolutely nothing to do with the infidelity and everything to do with the fact that it's a man or a trans person. And that's further evidentiary of what it is society thinks about gay and trans people, period. Loosely translated, society as a whole supports, believes, and pushes this narrative that gay is bad, wrong, horrible. Trans is super gay, bad, and horrible. And all of it is subhuman. So yeah, I can get over the fact that you cheated on me with Betty from next door, but you cheated on me with that? Oh God! You see what I'm saying? When at the end of the day, what he cheated with or who he cheated with should not be your area of contention, and the fact that he cheated should be. But some of you closed-minded, hard-headed pieces of real filet out there, I can't convey that to y'all without y'all getting all mad and whatever, so we just gonna let that ride. Is it me? Or bitch, Ricky was fine as fuck fuck down to that ball, and I don't even like little boys, but I'd have gave him something he could feel on that night. Okay. Then he sang that he's too young. Baby, he would have been young but ready that goddamn night. Dylan Burnside knows he looks good. I love him playing Ricky. That body oddy was everything. But here's the gag. Butch Queen giving body was the right category because the Queen and Ricky came out when he clocked all Pray Tell T. He say, Pray Tell ain't been the same since we went and got tested. I wonder why. Now see, for those of y'all who watch this modern day Shade, Shade wasn't meant to be, Shade wasn't always overt. Now Ricky was being concerned, but Ricky low-key shaded the dog fuck out of Pray Tell. Because what Ricky was doing was letting you know, yeah, bitch, something ain't right with you. Here's the timeline, and I can just about guess what it is. I just want to let you know I'm on to you, but I'm not finna spray you in front of everybody. That shit was, yeah. Ricky might be young, but he damn sure ain't dumb. Ricky said he had been attitudinal. Yes, God, like longitudinal, over that way, directional. Blanca got a man at home. So y'all know since I'm already there, I gotta sing my part. He always treats me right, we never fight. He sends me flowers and wines and dines me. Took me home to meet his mama. How he loves me, one bad apple don't spoil it. And I just did like this and realized I didn't have my hat on or my party cap. And you hoes gonna try to get me together about my hairline. I did not shave since coming off of vacation. And you know what? I'm so confident in the skin that I'm in. And I'm too lazy to re-record this video that I'm just gonna sit here and pretend like my hat is on my head and not over there on my counter next to that Budweiser that nigga was drinking the other night. At any rate, looks around, looks for nearest do-rag and or sheet. Nevertheless, Blanca had her old LL Cool J Rico Suave ass motherfucker pull up on her, baby. Something about his voice and the way he was talking to her, it had just activated my inside parts, and I was just waiting on him to call my name. Call my name. Kimberell ain't teach me how to go up in Prince range yet. That's class 102. And bitch, I don't know if I'm giving her any more of my money for her to stun on y'all hoes down to the church. Miss Jan said she'll give me a discount when she feel like I'm ready to go to that level. Call my name. That boy was so damn fine. And here it is. I really was happy for Blanca because with all that she was going through, I thought that she really found somebody who was going to love her for her. And really just make her feel fishy, bitch. And that just was not the case. And we're going to talk about it a little later. Is it me? Or when that wife went down to the doctor to get a pap smear and a battery or other tests, that was Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets Squirrel. Feeney! You remember the older brother used to scream for Mr. Feeney, the teacher, the principal? I think that was Mr. Feeney. Now, baby, you got to be an 80s baby to understand Boy Meets World and Mr. Feeney, but I think that was Mr. Feeney giving her that damn A. What's that, Mr. Feeney? Was Mr. Feeney in charge of the girls? Mr. Feeney honorarily was in charge of the girls. Hey, Mr. Feeney, work ain't honest when it pays the bills. That Boy Meets World money must dry it up. So you right here doing cameos on polls. That's all right, baby. You got to keep your paper coming in real steady. But Mr. Feeney didn't need to be a damn MD. He needed to be a damn psychologist to get Pray Tell ass together. Let me tell you something. If I was Blanca and her kids, I'd still be whooping Pray Tell ass to this day for coming in my house, disrespecting me and drinking liquor out of brown paper bag. First of all, we is rich white women, honey. Real classy base. We don't drink out of plastic. We don't drink out of brown paper bags, bitch. We drink out of white styrofoam Dixie cups or red Solo cup. And if you a bad boosh like me, out of a glass. Or at least a cup you brought home from a restaurant so you could stir it up with a lot of ice like this. Stir it. Or like this. Stir it. Not like this. Like this. Okay? Stir it. Gotta stir it up. I used to be afraid of the dick. Now I'm throwing lips to the shit. I don't throw no lips to no bottle. Pray Tell, you know better than that. Nevertheless, Pray tell and appreciate that shit. Y'all, let me tell y'all something about planning interventions about people. About 8, 9 years ago, I was in Atlanta. And a group of friends called themselves coming around my house and gonna do an intervention on me. But the intervention, they were saying I was being messy and talking about everybody and keeping up shit amongst the group. And maybe I was, okay? But you hoes could have told me that one by one. You don't fucking plan no intervention and ambush somebody and with their own tea, okay? To this day, our friendship ain't never recovered. If y'all, because you know why? That shit say to me, y'all hoes was all sitting up behind my back conferencing about me. Them hoes tried to do an intervention on me. Bitch, let me tell you one thing. My mama taught me how to get jumped, baby. She said, bitch, you go for one and then you go down the line and beat their ass one at a damn time. You get whatever one you can. Bitch, when they did that intervention on me, bitch, I got the most vulnerable one. And then when I got that one, I went straight down the line. I pulled a Tammy Roman. I told all them motherfuckers business. And I told each and every one what the other one was saying behind their back. But they want to call me messy. I said, yeah, bitch, you right here talking about I'm messy. How I know you got herpes? I know, because whatchamacallit told it, bitch, I wish I could call these people names so we could kiki and kaka. But let me tell you one thing about it. I ain't been good friends with them hoes since, but I ain't never have to worry about them motherfuckers having no intervention on me, baby. I know how to keep a motherfucker off me and keep my feet on the goddamn ground, bitches. I'm with Pray Tell, bitch. You pulled me to the side and he told Blanca, right, I'm old school fish. You didn't even have enough decency to speak to me in private as many of your secrets as I'm carrying and keeping. Okay, I'm with it, baby. Don't confront me in front of no group of damn people. I don't give a fuck if all of y'all is my friends and goddamn family. If anything, y'all orchestrate that each one of y'all gonna take me out to eat every night of the week for free and talk to me. But don't fucking ambush me talking about no motherfucking intervention and y'all lives ain't too goddamn squeaky clean your own goddamn self. If you concerned about me, call me. Call my name. I done fucked around and got mad. Anyway, it was very touching. Ooh, come back, Daniva. Come back. Whew. Okay, I gotta go get my hat, honey, so I can feel secure about this next part I'm finna talk about. Pray Tell made me, see now I feel whole, I got my party cap. Yeah, I didn't know I'd be wearing this hat only when I don't shave. Pray Tell really made me go somewhere emotionally when he was having the conversation with his boyfriend in the hospital, and he was talking about how they got mad at him for playing that song on repeat, and then he went on to say that they will never know what it feels like in 1980 when we just danced and be free and didn't have to worry about any of this age shit. And in that moment, y'all, it brought me to pause, because you know, that had to be a very scary time for these people who were, you know, going through everything they were going through in terms of oppression, so on and so forth, which ain't nothing new. But it's still, okay, we got our little ballroom, our clubs, our bars over here. We dance, fool our line, have a good time. And then this age shit out of nowhere just comes through and sweeps out everybody. I've never been much of a conspiracy theorist. Okay, and when I went down to Florida State University and got my degree in economics, some people didn't teach me shit about genealogy. They didn't teach me much about disease and disease control. They didn't teach me a hell of a lot about evolution. And they didn't teach me shit about medical. But they did cultivate my ability to critically think. And for the first time in my life, I really do believe that HIV was created by man and introduced to a certain community. I do. Again, them people ain't teach me nothing about evolution. But humans have been around for millions and millions and millions of years. and yet we don't have any historical or much evolutional evidence of like disease popping up, new disease, and wiping people out. Now, of course, we've got typhoid fever and the Black Plague and all these different things that happen throughout time. But it just strikes me as I know that evolution takes millions and millions and millions of years, thousands. At this point, let's just say hundreds. How in the entire fuck did we go from all these years of no AIDS and then, you know, nothing similar to AIDS, nothing that morphed into AIDS, and then bam, overnight in the late 70s, early 80s, this AIDS just pops up out of nowhere. I'm not understanding how the hell that happens and where it came from, and it just isn't making much sense to me, truth be told. I don't know. It just made me think like, yeah, something in the milk ain't clean, and I'm sure somebody gonna tell it. And if somebody knows some more history about what's going on and can point me in the direction of some resources, please do it. The music imposed, y'all did it again. When Blanca was down to that ball and that I found out what I've been, it just captured the moment. It was just like when Janet did that damn not That's the Way Love Goes, that damn oh, here we are. My nose running. That's when Janet did that damn, why am I saying make it like it was? Let's Wait a While. That was another Let's Wait a While moment. That You Give Good Love. It captured the moment. It accented the scene perfectly. It just, yeah, and then it made me go up. I'm not gonna tell y'all, when it came on, I actually had to stand up and I started walking, doing a stocking drag like I was getting ready to perform at the 1983 Grammy Awards, honey. I loved it. I've already given all the kudos and congratulations to the people doing the music as possible, so I'm gonna move right on. You know, drag queens, trans people, the messy girls, y'all busted Miss Blanca Bubble down to the costume shop that y'all normally be boosting from. And at first I was mad, but then I came to realize y'all really put her up on game and was saving her from heartache. This is the Heartbreak Hotel. This is the Heartbreak Hotel. The AIDS Cabaret. I was waiting for when they were going to allow Billy Porter to do what it is Billy Porter does best. And that is motherfucking perform and sing. Don't get me wrong, his acting is great. But I wanted them to tap into some of his Broadway, you know, talents. And when he sang that Donny Hathaway, For All We Know, I lost it because he sounded equally as good as Donnie, if not better. And then when MJ Rodriguez came through, now bitch, I think Blanca was up there lip syncing for her life. And then here's the thing, if Blanca wasn't lip syncing, then that wasn't Blanca singing, it was Mateo. And I got an issue with the trans people because you can't pick and choose what you want to be depending on the situation. Nevertheless, the voice, whether it was MJ Rodriguez's or a voiceover, it was amazing. They did an amazing job. Blanca skirts, you know, Blanca be trying with her fashions, y'all, but she do the best she can with her money. Why pay more when you could pay less? And that's exactly what she did. My mama had a little skirt on, had a little shoulder pad jacket on, looking like she was about to go work for Murphy Brown. Let me stir it up real quick. And I was here for it. This is what I'm not understanding about when Blanca and Pray Tell were singing at the hospital. When Blanca looked over and saw that female AIDS patient, why did it bring her to pause? Now, what I liked about it and what I took from that scene was in that moment on this gay show, that was a subtle way of saying this just isn't a gay person's disease. Then it showed a woman of color. That's what I got from it. Now, if that was the intended message, I'm unsure. However, I'm not understanding why it is Blanca paused when she saw that woman. Can y'all help me out with that? Do y'all have any ideas as to why? Then Pray Tell got up there and helped her and just closed out the song, and Stephanie Mills herself couldn't have done it any better. Stan and his wife going to therapy. That was a real moment. It's weird because a lot of y'all have gotten in the comments and said that y'all don't appreciate how the story is being, what's the word I want to use without using a trigger word? Y'all don't like how Stan and his wife are getting a lot of popularity. A lot of people's position, and I've seen in the comments, has been, you know, here it goes again, white people trying to steal the show. The show is being white-splained. It's being whitewashed with Stan and his wife. Me personally, I don't see it that way. I see it as those bitter Bettys that's just always looking for some reason to complain, just like that group of people out there that just swear I hate black women. I see it as one and the same. It's those group of people that no matter what you do, they're committed to you being that, and that's what the answer is going to be. I think Stan and his wife are telling a very necessary and much needed story as part of the overall story. And let's face it, in 1980s, it wasn't a lot of rich black men walking around on goddamn Wall Street keeping these women. So yes, I think historically it does make sense for the benefactors to be white. And you know, if we can strip away their color, it's still a shared female story. My husband is cheating on me, and not only is he cheating on me, he's cheating on me with, you know, a trans woman. I think any woman can relate to a woman despite her color as it relates to whatever. So yeah, I want Stan's story because, you know, all of this is not an LGBTQIAXYZ trans story. I mean, all of our lives are intertwined, and I think Stan and his wife bring the show balance, me personally. I thought that psychiatrist, I was getting ready to be mad with her because based on the times, I thought she was going to go down this route of you got a sickness, you got a disease, this, that, and the third. But she took an understanding route, and she called Stan to the carpet. She said, listen, Stan, you did things to meet your needs, whatever those needs were, and now she needs to do the same. Now, here's the issue that I got with Stan. You took your ass down to the job house to get it started, bitch, and you got beat up. Okay? Now, I don't know what the HR departments was like in 1983 or whatever, the year I was born, or whenever this scene was supposed to be filmed, but both of y'all ass need to be fired. But I will say this. Dawson's Creek is doing a damn good job of playing that greedy Wall Street white man. And he, although he's not Donald Trump, he gives me a clear insight into how powerful white men think. And I'm sorry, I think that because he is white and you know, slightly influential, or simply because he's white, he knows where to turn in order to get character references to play that role. And I do think that whole attitude of, you know, I don't like you enough to hate you, I resent you, you took something from me, you don't take from me, I take from you. I really do think that is the mindset and the mentality of a lot of powerful white men. That they feel entitled, they feel like it is their place. And it's weird because for me, the way my mind is set up is when somebody feels that they are entitled and it is their place to be, and they deserve to be superior to someone, it says to me, because deep down inside they really feel inferior. I've always lived by the motto that what's understood needs no understanding. So yeah, if I am that dude, and if I'm the almighty Wizard of Oz, then I don't have to exert that because it's already understood and you can smell it on my punani. That's just how I roll. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I'm right. I love Poppy's character. He is so cute. They couldn't have found they couldn't have found a better little peskier, little Speedy Gonzalez, cute as a button little boy to play that New York Puerto Rican little boy role. And when he got his 10s across the board, I was so happy for him. I was also happy this episode that they let other characters get a little shine, and that we didn't have to hear a lot of Electra Abundance and her over enunciation of words, although it looked like next episode she gonna give us something that we can feel but don't want. When Pray Tell was at that ball after his boyfriend died, and speaking of, before his boyfriend died, he made that Pray Tell vow that he would move on and be happy. And he said to Pray Tell, I can see that fear in your eyes that you have this disease. That was a very deep and pivotal moment. It just was. A part of me wishes that Pray Tell and his boyfriend would have had more time together as two people both knowing they had the disease, so they could be a support system for one another. I would be interested season 2 on them doing like some flashback scenes of what it was like when Pray Tell's boyfriend got diagnosed with the disease, how he continued his relationship with Pray Tell, if he continued having sex unprotected with Pray Tell. Like, I would like to see all of that. Little Spanish boy, I might have saved your ass a job and got you a damn role for season 2, and if you do, I want 10%. Send it to my agent. Nevertheless, I think that would be very interesting in another avenue the show could go down. But when Pray Tell turned off Love Is the Message and said, I want to hear a new song. I want to hear some Miss Ross. Bitch, I almost turned around on that sofa and was like, right here, right here, right here, right here. Yes, Miss Ross was in the building, baby. I went up and I wanted them to do, I was so right, yeah. Thought I could turn emotions, bump, on and off. But they had already played the boss. So I'll take out Coming Out. It made me, but since y'all had already paid the licensing fee for the boss, I wish you would have played it specifically for Miss Ross. Last but not least, when Angel went back to work, all I could think is, work ain't honest, but it pays the bills. And I just knew that Stan, it was predictable, but I appreciate it. I just knew that Stan was going to be on the other side of that window. And so I'm curious to now know what is going to come of the Angel and Stan love story. I don't want it to turn into Olivia and Fitz. I don't want it to be this prolonged, dragged out, back and forth situation. Scandal has worn us out from that. I would like it to, I don't know what I wanted to be. I'll let Janet Mock figure it out. That's her department. But this was a really good episode of Pose. And it looks like next week's episode is going to be even better as Detective Stabler's back and Electra's new puss is revealed and all this other stuff going on. Yeah. What's y'all thoughts? Let's talk about it. And I'll call you later, Nessa girl. Bye.